fittings, and interior design.
Thank you, Detroit, for making Local 4 News #1 at 4, 5, 6, and 11.
This area has waited a year for this moment. You remember last season at this time? There was no hockey. There was a lockout. But now everything is back to normal. Well, not quite. You see, there's a hockey rink at Comerica Park. And tomorrow, an official NHL game will be played at the Big House before a crowd of over 100,000. Trust me, the world is not off its axis. This is the Winter Classic in all its glory. And it's coming at you next here on Local 4. You're looking live at the site of the 2014 Winter Classic, the Big House here in Ann Arbor. Happy New Year's, everyone. The eve of a hockey game that the largest crowd ever will attend. It will be packed here in Ann Arbor tomorrow. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Red Alert Winter Classic special. I'm Bernie Smilowitz, along with the incomparable, the one, the only, Mickey Redmond is here. Good evening. Great to see you. What an event this has already been, from the alumni game earlier today that you played in, and all the events surrounding the Winter Classic, the big one tomorrow, the Maple Leafs and the Wings here at the stadium. Are you pumped?
Well, it's hard to overcome what we just came through over at Comerica. But I mean, here, 115,000 people in here, and this, what a beautiful evening. It's cold, but it's beautiful, brisk, and this stadium's alive and ready to go. But hey, this outdoor stuff is as good as it gets. Everybody's having a ball. You're loving every second of it, I can tell right away. Well, here's a look at the nation's biggest football stadium, the Big House here in Ann Arbor, and it becomes the world's largest hockey venue. The ice truck showed up on December 12th, and the NHL has had this thing humming ever since. Now, we know this event is big, but to paint the picture, the entire picture, is our own Steve Garagiola standing by in Ann Arbor. Steve, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Bernie and Mickey. The operative word is big. For the city of Ann Arbor, big economic impact. We're talking about $15 million coming into town for this event. For everybody else, big event, big stadium, big rivalry. No rivalry in hockey has a richer tradition than the Maple Leafs and Red Wings, two of those founding fathers of the NHL known as the Original Six. But the Winter Classic is about more than just a hockey game. Born in 2008, it began as a grand experiment.
It's a rollicking scene in Buffalo, New York. The NHL has taken it outside.
The Buffalo Sabres and Pittsburgh Penguins playing outdoors. A gimmick, sure, and a huge success. So the NHL brought the game back in 2009 and brought the Red Wings to their first Winter Classic against the Blackhawks.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field here in Chicago.
For these grown men, fond memories of hockey on the pond when they were little kids with big dreams. The Red Wings won that game and established the Winter Classic as an annual event.
I am extremely pleased to announce that the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs will continue their historic rivalry.
A classic game, a long time coming. The first announcement was almost 2 years ago that the NHL's Winter Classic would come to the Big House in Ann Arbor, bringing thousands of people and millions of dollars.
They're going to come here and they're going to eat and they're going to take hotel rooms and they're going to use local transportation and all those things that generate economic benefit for the area. And I think that's a really big part of this.
But the big party fizzled when the NHL lockout wiped out most of last season and the Winter Classic. Fans learned this past spring that their patience would pay off.
I was really bummed when it got canceled, so it can't come back around soon enough as far as I'm concerned.
And the time is now. Tomorrow's game is the first of 6 NHL Winter Classic outdoor games this season, but by far the biggest.
I know the NHL is hell-bent to break the record that we set at the Big Chill in terms of the numbers of people that we brought in for our event, and I hope they do.
If you're keeping score, the Big Chill between Michigan and Michigan State in 2010 set the world record for attendance at a hockey game at just over 104,000. Tomorrow, we could see over 107,000 fans in the Big House to make some hockey history. Boy, it is big. Coming up a little bit later on, I'm going to give you a better peek over my shoulder. We are high up over Main Street right now. The big block party is tonight, and at precisely 8:33 p.m., they're going to light up the big puck that will drop at midnight. So in the meantime, Bernie, Mickey, I'll send it back over to you in the Big House.
We're going down to Ann Arbor. They're going to have fun down there.
The puck is going to drop. That's the first.
There you go. Right here in Ann Arbor.
Way to go.
I'm sure you laced up your skates a few times here, playing hundreds of times outside as a kid.
Yeah.
The alumni game game tomorrow. It's got to be something else here to play in this venue with this size crowd. Well, it must freak some players out of it.
Oh, absolutely, because when you get in an arena that's manufactured like this in the middle of even Comerica Park, you step on the ice and you go, wow, this looks really small compared to being indoors. And the sounds are totally different. The people aren't on top of you. It'll be a lot of noise, but you don't hear it down here like you do when you're in the Joe, and they're right over on top of you. So, yeah, a lot of experience that the guys got here in the Red Wings. A lot of them played in 2009
at Wrigley.
In Chicago, at Wrigley Field. That's right, and they beat the Blackhawks in that one. So, it shouldn't be any big adjustment. It's just the weather might be an issue. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But, it's a lot of fun. Guys are all fired up to get the gear on and get out here in the cold.
Chuck Gadick is going to join us momentarily. He says 75 and sunny tomorrow, so
beautiful.
Keep your fingers crossed. The Wings, by the way, were on the ice here in Ann Arbor earlier today. Final practice before the game tomorrow. The players had some guests on hand, too, and they also had a chance to skate. And for more on that, we'll head over to Jamie Edmonds, who's here at the Big House and standing by live. Happy New Year's, Jamie.
Happy New Year to you, Mickey and Bernie. Yeah, they were skating today. There's been a lot of leading into this big event, a lot of excitement, and all the players told me that today was their day to really enjoy it.
You almost forget sometimes, but the Red Wings are not only players, but they're also dads and husbands and boyfriends and sons. New Year's Eve, they got a chance to enjoy some time with their loved ones on the ice at the Big House.
How do you sort of take this all in and enjoy it?
I think that part you try to do today as much as possible. Take it all in, see how big everything is, and really get the feel for it.
Pretty surreal experience to see. I've never been in this arena before, so it's going to be a very special experience.
It's become a tradition for these winter classics. Each team gets an hour or so to lace them up with their family and friends. For the players, it's a chance to just stop and really enjoy the moment.
It was amazing. Just felt like the rink was smaller. We were kind of joking around just because the surroundings are so big. It felt like the rink was so small, but it was fun. It was a great experience. I think all the guys enjoyed it and are looking forward to it tomorrow.
I mean, how cool is this? An ice rink in the middle of the biggest football stadium around. It's snowing and it's the beginning of a new year.
Come on, let's go this way. Walk this way.
You could tell the players enjoyed it because some of them were even acting like kids themselves.
Yeah, it was certainly fun to watch them out there with their families. I got to skate on this ice, too, a couple days ago, and I tell you, it's awesome to look up and just see the grandeur of this place. I'm going to send this back to Bernie because I heard you got rid of Mickey and you've got Chuck with you now.
I do, absolutely. And I have a correction to make quickly because Chuck is here. Moments ago, I said that you said tomorrow's going to be 75 and sunny.
Yeah.
It's going to be 75 below and no sun. Isn't that what you meant?
Hang on, this is my job. Take care of Mr. Smilovitz, keep the snow off.
I see. Yeah. I see you got my Christmas gift. You're wearing it, huh?
Well, I have a Siberian Husky. So this is my tribute to Huskies whenever it gets this cold.
Oh, I thought you brought him with you.
And it's cold, man. We have got, whatever we've got right now, this is the warmest it gets for the daytime tomorrow. So we've got graphics for you. Current temps now running in the mid to upper teens, Burn, and we're looking at wind chills around 5 right now. Now let's cut to the satellite radar picture. We've got an upper level disturbance that's turning into low pressure. It's tracking in out of the Rockies. This thing is coming our way. It's already producing some light snow here. The snow is going to pick up overnight. And really, this is an all-day New Year's Day snow. Not quite a foot, but some folks, when it's done by late tomorrow night into Thursday morning, could wind up with 6 inches. We think it's a broad range of 3 to 6. So you may have, timing of this is everything, you may have an inch or two on the ground by mid-morning leading toward noontime. Then you're going to pick up a little bit more toward afternoon, so you've got to pack your patience. We know it's going to be cold. Temps here tomorrow no better than 18, 19 degrees by afternoon, and wind chills are single digits, but really probably coming in not as bad as maybe turning around and getting out with 100,000 people. So if we can all carpool, that would make it easier.
Well, I also heard that you can't bring bags in. The security's not allowing that, but now they've just announced they're going to allow you to bring fire in. It's going to be so cold.
Is that what it is?
Yes, so if you want to bring a flame.
It's like a David Blaine trick. There you go.
Yes, thank you.
All right,
we'll see you tomorrow.
New Year to you,
Same
pal.
to you.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you
Great
very
seeing
much.
you. All right, still to come. Festivities at Comerica Park culminated with the alumni games. Nick Lidstrom, Steve Eisenman, and of course, Mickey Redmond laced him up against. Jamie Edmonds has that story. And skating, easy for some, and then there is me. Jamie tries to teach me how to skate. That and more coming up here on our Winter Classic Prime Time Special. Stay with us.
Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Walsh College and HAP.
Welcome back to our show. You are looking live high above Michigan Stadium. Tomorrow, just after 1 o'clock, they'll be dropping to Buck here for the Winter Classic, the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs. Yes, I said Buck. I did not say Puck. Welcome back. The big game is tomorrow. I'm telling you, it is so cold your lips don't work here. That's what's really happening. 2 games at Comerica today. Mickey played in the second one. Many other former Red Wing greats were there. We'll talk to Mickey in a moment, including Steve Yzerman. Jamie has that whole story from Comerica. Jamie?
Hey, Bernie, yeah, I saw Mickey out there skating at Comerica Park today. He looked pretty good, and so did all of the Red Wings alumni. They were saying, hey, can we get them out there for the big Winter Classic the next day? It was a lot of fun at Comerica Park. Check it out. This year's alumni showdown between the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs was really a collection of cool moments wrapped around 2 hockey games, like Joey Koser wearing number 24 for his buddy Bob Probert. How about the Russian Five reunited once again on the ice? Ted Lindsay and Gordie Howe dropping the puck. Scores! The Wings scoring early and often, and Chris Chelios celebrating his goal in this way.
Chelly with the celly!
It even came down to a shootout in which Homer got a goal.
Scores! Great recovery!
And the Wings won 6-5, but maybe the greatest moment was the captain, number 19, coming back to the D.
Steve Yzerman.
A lot of fun being out there on the outdoor rink was a good experience for me, first time, and seeing everybody was an outstanding day.
It was awesome. I don't think you could plan a better day as far as the weather-wise, and wasn't that cold, and to get the band back together and see guys that we haven't seen in a few years and just all hang out again. And you couldn't ask to bring in the new year in a better way.
Fantastic afternoon.
What a great day it was over at Comerica Park, and the icing on the cake, the Red Wings swept the Maple Leafs in both games. Great day. What'd you think about it, Bernie?
I thought it was fabulous. I thought it was amazing, and I think the hockey fans in Detroit just absolutely love their athletes. They love their players, and I mean, you got to play today. I mean, what a thrill just to be in something like that for you, and you got an assist.
Well, yeah. Well, no, wait, don't leave me. Don't leave me. You know, let me tell you about that. Fedorov's still talking about it. And it's funny because we're out in the line there. I got the puck from Kozlov in the corner. And I looked to the front of the net, and there's Sergei, but he's behind the defenseman. I looked him right in the eyes, didn't say a word, and I'm waiting for him to make the move. Later on, I put it right in the stick, and he jammed it home. He goes, Mickey, old-time hockey, you look at me, you go to work, Sergei. Do it to the far post. He did, and the goal went in. He's still talking about it. He loved it.
But what a thrill for you also.
Oh, my God, it was great. I've been skating for a year and a half, and they canceled the thing, as we know, and give me that time to get it going, and it was just great. It was great to be out with all those Hall of Famers, and I'm going to keep skating. It's just a wonderful thing. What a great deal.
I would imagine, and you know, the fact that so many players wanted to play, you had to have 2 games, right?
Oh, my God, we could have had 3 games probably, right? But, you know, in that second game was guys with Hall of Famers or 2 Stanley Cups. Everywhere you looked, what a great thing to get with Fedorov, Yzerman, Lidstrom, and the gang.
Dream come true.
Dream come
Once
true.
in a lifetime.
Yes,
all right.
bet.
Anyway, you done good. You done us proud.
Thanks, buddy.
Switching gears back here at the Big House. This building is going to be flooded with fans tomorrow, right after 1 o'clock. As I said, they dropped the puck. Security will be at an all-time high for many who frequent Michigan football. You know the drill when you come into this place, but those who don't, we have Steve Garagiola to help you out. Steve.
Well, Bernie, and that's the key. This is not a football game. This is a hockey game. A big part of the fun for everybody is being safe, and that means security. There are very specific restrictions that you need to know about. Any football fan who's been to a Lions game knows the drill. You have to pass through security. And the NFL has very specific guidelines about what you may bring inside the stadium. But tomorrow's event is NHL security at Michigan Stadium. And you can save a lot of time and hassle tomorrow by knowing the rules.
This is probably one of the only stadiums that I know of in the country that doesn't allow bags of any size, including women's purses.
Okay, did you get that? This one could present the most problem. No bags allowed. No grocery bags, no shopping bags, no shoulder bags, no tea bags, no handbags, no bags. And that's just the start of the list of things you may not bring into Michigan Stadium tomorrow. No plastic bottles, cans, water bottles of any kind. No balloons. No flags. No fireworks, no matter how small or harmless.
You don't need to. I already have them here for you.
No aerosol sprays. A big part of the day will be food. You may even host a tailgate party. You need to remember, what starts outside stays outside. And if you're thinking about taking food or drinks inside, no coolers allowed. Not even if it's a little one. What you may bring inside the stadium is money. If you want food or drinks during the game or between periods, you must purchase that at a concession stand inside the stadium. And for the first time ever, beer will be sold at an event in Michigan Stadium thanks to a temporary liquor license. This is not a U of M event. They're leasing the stadium to the NHL, so don't get used to the idea. And what about those fans who hope to stay warm with a little flask tucked inside a pocket?
You shouldn't. I'm sure people will, and hopefully they don't get caught.
No, you shouldn't. Okay, number one on the list, ladies, this is primarily for you, I guess, the purses. No bags allowed in the stadium. You will be stopped, and you'll have to go back to your car and lock them in the car. So don't bring a bag to the stadium. All right, coming up in about 13 minutes and 27 seconds approximately, they're going to light the big puck. I'll invite you back over here for that. Bernie, Mickey, back over to you.
All right, thank you, Steve Areno. 13 minutes to go before the big puck's coming. Coming up next, this ain't Mike Babcock's first rodeo. You remember he took the Wings into Chicago at Wrigley in 2009 for the Winter Classic. But there's a big, big difference playing at home and playing on the road. Babcock says you can't get too festive.
The home team's wife was throwing a New Year's Eve party at their house. And as good a people as everybody is, and I know just in my own family, for example, they're not going to be shutting her down at 11 o'clock.
And there you have it. There's Michigan Stadium with a beautiful sight. It'll be packed with over 100,000 tomorrow to see the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs. And we're back right after this.
Red Alert Winter Classic Primetime is brought to you by Henry Ford Health System, wishing you a happy and healthy holiday season. And the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
If you're a hockey fan like me and can't get enough of this Winter Festival and Winter Classic, then I suggest you download our brand new app, Hockey in the D. It's basically the go-to app for hockey fans everywhere. It has live scores, live tweets, pictures, local and national stories, as well as hockey videos, all in the palm of your hand.
We got information just from the OHL game out here, some information about the Wings, everything that's going on down here, festivities, everything like that. Some pictures from the practice from the Wings earlier this week, and information about the GLI.
To download it, go to your app store and search Hockey in the D, all one word.
I do it. Is it free?
Yes.
Free app? Absolutely.
Yep, the app is totally free and totally easy to find. Can I get you to download it right now?
Yeah, I would do that.
Let's do this.
All right, I'm in.
We promise Hockey Town for the latest on everything happening on the ice, even after the big event. Download our brand new app.
Hockey in the D.
All right, welcome back to our show. Head coach Mike Babcock always seems to have his act together. Wouldn't you agree?
You know, he's pretty, he doesn't get crazy behind the bench. He doesn't get on the referees very much at all. He delivers his message when he needs to, and he's pretty to the point, I'd say. He takes no prisoners, Bernie. He lets you know how he's thinking all the time. Some don't like it, but that's being a coach.
He also prefers to live in the moment, taking his surroundings, like the 2009 Winter Classic in Chicago.
The Red Wings making their way from that visitors clubhouse.
So you've done this Winter Classic thing. You're sort of a veteran, but what an honor to be.
Well, I don't know about a veteran, but what I would say to you is I believe life's about moments, and you don't remember everything, but you remember moments in your life. I know we had a veteran group when we were at Wrigley, and to a man they were saying it's something they'll remember forever. With the excitement and the ability to share with your family is a special thing. I'm a big believer that a football Saturday at the big house is a bucket list thing. It's the best sporting event I've ever been to. compared to anything. I've been to a lot of big ones. I think it's the best just because of the atmosphere and the amount of people. So now let's take ice hockey in there, and let's have the wind blowing, a little bit cold, and then Toronto and Detroit, an original 6 rivalry. The opportunity to sell the game, I think, is as good as it's ever been.
What is your biggest concern about this kind of a game? Is it the conditions? Is it the wind? Is it the unknown of playing in a 100,000-seat stadium?
No, none of those things. The only concern for me is that the home team has a hard time winning winter classics. And, you know, all you got to do is go through the years. So you think about the visiting teams in a hotel, managed, organized. The home team's wife is throwing a New Year's Eve party at their house. And as good a people as everybody is, and I know just in my own family, for example, they're not going to be shutting her down at 11 o'clock. So I got myself a little hotel room booked.
Oh.
You know, so it's just, that to me is the biggest obstacle you face, is everyone wants to enjoy it. The best way to enjoy it is to win the game and then do your New Year's Eve party on New Year's.
Oh, very good. So you're going to delay tonight, go tomorrow night is when you're going to celebrate.
That's the plan.
Exactly. So it almost feels like a Super Bowl sort of setting for this thing, which I find amazing.
Well, you know, over this past week, then you've been to events at Comerica Park. I think it's the best opportunity the NHL's had to sell it like the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, where you got 2 weeks to build up, is a spectacular thing. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, we don't have that. You go from venue to venue to venue, back and forth. This is something that's been here. The events all week celebrating hockey at Comerica Park have been fantastic. Now actually coming out to the big house here today to practice, and then obviously the game tomorrow.
Don't you freak a little bit that 115,000 people are going to be around, or do you even notice the crowd?
Well, I don't notice the crowd in here very often unless they really get going. Out there, you're going to take it all in. I think it's really important in life to take everything. I'm going to take it all in, and then we'll get down to business of winning the game.
Well, you're a guy that lives in the moment, so this should be like exactly right up your alley, am I right?
Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it.
Happy New Year to you.
Thanks. You as well.
One of the good guys, Mike Babcock. And don't forget, after the game tomorrow, our post-game show, stick around. The announcement of the U.S. Olympic hockey team. The Olympics start on NBC, on WDIV here, February 7th in Sochi, Russia. Devin Skillian just got back from there, and he says the pressure, my goodness, is it on this Russian hockey team?
There was a time when the Olympics were a hard sell for the world's best professionals, but today, consider the comments of U.S. coach Dan Bilesma.
Obviously, winning championships are great, but this is the highest honor as a coach, and to be able to lead our team over the Olympics is something that will be my biggest achievement in my career.
That's from a guy who's won a Stanley Cup. Olympic hockey is now elite hockey. And on my recent trip to Russia, I learned it will be the toughest ticket in Sochi.
Well, this is pretty cool. Standing at center ice of the Bolshoi Ice Palace, where there will be a lot of Red Wings playing in the hockey venue. You know, an interesting subplot is developed in the Winter Olympics, and that's the pressure on the host team to win the Olympic gold medal in hockey. Canada managed to live up to that pressure and won it in Vancouver. Now the pressure shifts to the Russians. In fact, former Red Wing Igor Larionov said, if the Russians can just win the gold medal in hockey, they win the Olympics.
In fact, just in case the Russian team wasn't sweating enough, Russian President Vladimir Putin recently said the same thing. If we can only win one gold medal, it had better be hockey. These four friends all live in Sochi, and they've been watching hockey for a long time. They remember the days when the Soviet Red Army team dominated most international competitions. But they told me they fear the Russians can't win gold because the marquee Russian players, Datsuk, Ovechkin, Malkin, they're all forwards. There are no elite defensemen for the Russians, they tell me, so they worry. And Russians learned to worry about Olympic success long ago.
Now, Vladimir, are you old enough to remember Lake Placid in 1980?
Lake Placid 1980, I was 6 years old. So I know the story.
You know the story?
I know the story, yes, of Miracle on Ice.
Vladimir Cherkasov is the supervisor of the gorgeous hockey venue. And like most Russians right now, he's confident but a bit nervous.
So this is where the Canadians will win the gold medal? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We'll discuss it later, maybe. Okay. 24th of February.
That's right.
All right, don't forget they're going to announce the men's team after the game tomorrow. And to help you bring in the new year tonight, that's Steve Garagiola's job. Steve Areno?
Hey! Hey, Bernie, I am over Main Street on top of Palio's restaurant. Take a peek down there. People are gathering because we're about 3 minutes and 42 seconds away from seeing the puck go up for the big midnight party. Don't go away.
Welcome back to our show. Red Alert, Winter Classic, night before the game, the eve. Also happens to be New Year's Eve. Of course, Ann Arbor may not be Manhattan, but who needs New York when you got Steve Garagiola and a glowing puck about to fall? Steve?
What more could you ask for, Bernie? The nervous guy standing next to me is John Walters, who is the artist who created the puck. It's on its way up. We're going to see a light show in a few minutes?
Yep. We'll see Toronto and Red Wing Sparkle for the city here.
All right, just tell us quickly a little bit about the puck, how you made it, how much it weighs, lights, everything.
It's nearly a ton, about 1,600 pounds.
Let's step out of the way and talk more. We're getting a picture of it.
It's nearly a ton, made of stainless steel, mirrored stainless. We were commissioned by the city to do it here for the Winter Classic event and New Year's Eve puck drop. It's a pleasure for us. Thank you for the Ann Arbor Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Well, and people should know this is local. Metal LLC is a local business. You're a local artist, correct?
Yep, we're a design and fabrication firm here in downtown Ann Arbor. We do architectural, sculptural work, pretty much private commission, anything metal.
And this is all computerized? You made this go?
Yep. It's a lighting show with high degree of metal fabrication attached.
Oh, I think we're getting some lights now, John.
There you go, yep.
Are you starting to relax a little?
Well, we'll see if it lasts the next 4 hours, you know?
All right, the puck is up in the air. A little light show going on for these folks right now. And John is breathing a little bit easier. At 11:59 is when it will make the big drop as we ring in the new year on Main Street in Ann Arbor. Bernie?
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Look who's here.
Yeah.
You're like Cher. You got another change. What you got with you there?
I've got some ice. We're standing on cold snow and ice. When we come back in a minute, I want to explain how you take a field of grass out here at the big house and turn it into an ice rink. So we'll do a little science.
How much time? How long is this show? Like 4 or 5 hours?
Take a look. Weather is really important.
Oh, yeah,
because we've got cold air now. Tomorrow we've got advisories for snow. Southernmost counties have got some snow advisories, winter weather advisories. Current temps now, mid to upper teens. Wind chill factors around 5. Take a look at the satellite radar combined. This is the snow that's now just beginning. Real fine stuff here, but it's going to be increasing overnight toward morning and through the daytime tomorrow. Here's the blow-by-blow forecast. Every part of the day, temps never getting any warmer than we are right now, so really you've got to bundle in layers to be ready for that, but also you better pack your patience because you've got snow falling first thing in the morning all day long, so coming and going to the big house, some issues.
We're staying. We're sleeping here tonight. That's it. Anyway, we'll see you in a few minutes. Yeah. Well, Doc Hockey and the man between the glass sounds like Hollywood movies, but instead I'm referring to the voices and the faces of the NHL, and we're talking with Doc Emmerich and Pierre Maguire. That's who we're talking about. They're the best there is. That's why they're here, and we spoke with them today. And subject number 1, the cold.
So did anyone think a bad idea would have been the Spring Classic?
I think this is awesome. This is like Canadian summer, Bernie. Come on, talk to your neighbors in Windsor.
You guys will be at ice level. Is there any difficulty in calling a game like this from that position?
Well, a little bit in that you're right up against it. So it's like the 500-mile race coming at you and leaving you on the front row real fast. But that's the challenge, and that's the fun of it. The game is awfully fast as Pierre works all the time down there. It moves pretty fast there. So it is television. You don't have to call every name.
They're calling for snow. Well, are you prepared?
I am. I'm going to be in skates. I'm worried about my toenails falling off, but that's okay. I'll battle through it, and I might have a little extra afterwards.
Come on, you're a Canadian. Give me a break. This is like the summer to you guys, isn't it?
That's exactly right, Bernie. I'm ready, and Doc's giving me some tips how to stay warm.
Have you worked in a colder environment? I mean, you've done these outdoor games for a while. Talk much?
Yeah, no, this is the first one that's been quite this cold. We had one in Buffalo where we had sleet in the second period and snow in the third. I don't know what we'll get tomorrow, but see, that's the fun of it. It's like walking past a construction site with a wall up and a hole in it, and you can look in and see what they're doing in there. And if something adverse happens with the weather, we get to all look in and see how they handle it.
You guys look forward to this. You love this, don't you?
I really do. You know, the one thing that's so amazing about this, coming into this building. I've seen this building a million times on TV. I've never been in it. I walked through the tunnel. I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's line up. Notre Dame, Ohio State, let's go. You really get jacked up for this.
Come in the fall, it's much better.
There you go. Those are the gentlemen that'll be calling the game.
Well, they're laughing now. They may not be laughing tomorrow.
They're smart. They'll be sitting on a furnace out there. What is it like playing out here? What's it like for the players?
For the players, they get warmed up where you're going. You're bang, 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 in and off, short shifts. You get a sweat on. It's not so bad. They got heaters on the bench. The heat comes underneath your feet, which keeps it warm. It's not so bad. It's bad when you're standing around like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're telling us move, do something, is what you're saying?
Do some jumping jacks.
Do something.
You got to keep moving. That's the thing. It's not a big deal for the players.
It really
is
true.
But no big deal.
You're exactly right. If you stay in one place, it is get cold. All right, we're going to talk with you in a moment. Again, you might have watched HBO's 24/7 show that highlighted the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs leading up to the Winter Classic. It is a beautifully shot and produced series that gives people a look at what happens behind closed doors. Coming up, we'll show you something almost as compelling, a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to be a sportscaster. That and much more next here on the Winter Classic Primetime Special. Happy New Year, everybody.
The question to be answered here tonight is, what drives this individual? What makes him tick? How does he overcome the day-to-day hardships that anyone would face? His day begins very early, and his routine is one that has been well honed.
Woke up, got out of bed, with a comb across my head. My day-to-day activities is I get up, I have a cup of coffee, just started drinking coffee again, because, of course, I'm not hyper enough, so I just want to take it to a new level with this.
Being a sportscaster brings with it a set of problems that no one could anticipate. Will the interviewee show up? Can the satellite last through a storm? Do I have enough gel in my hair? And of course, the most important question of the day,
think about what time will I get that quick afternoon nap in.
The moment that I have waited a lifetime for is about to happen. Some dream of hitting the lottery. Others dream of hitting a home run. Me, I dream about the moment when I can lace up a pair of skates or have someone do it for me.
Since I was a little kid, I always dreamed of skating. I'm going to have an instructor. I'm going to need more than one. This is, I know what you're thinking. A little wispy little thing. Anybody could throw him around. No, this is rock solid. Steroid-induced. You know, I was the first sportscaster on steroids. Did you know that? Yeah. They sat me down for 6 months. I'm sorry. I've been training for this about 12 minutes. Ice looked interesting. Skates looked sharp. Figured danger always lurks. While skating, I like to text, so I'm going to have to work that out.
Broadcasters dream of being Anchorman 3. Sportscasters have other dreams. If you're wondering where we draw inspiration from, wonder no more.
The movie Slapshot, yes, I always want to be one of the Hanson brothers. I wanted to be the fourth Hanson brother. I won't be the fourth Hanson brother, but I will be the new Harry Potter.
And when this dream of skating is finally realized, the moment will be admired and saluted by all. But of course, to get there, you need the proper precautions.
I will be wearing a cup, and it says Dad on the front. My kids got it for me, and it's got a little handle on it. It's great.
All right. That wonderfulness will be coming up in a few moments, but I've been joined again by Lady Gaga with another hat.
Yeah, you got to stay warm.
Yeah.
Man's got to stay warm.
What's this deal about?
Well, over our shoulder, how do you build a hockey rink in a grass field? I mean, they had to do it at Comerica. They've done it at Wrigley, Fenway, and now here at the Big House. So I was on the floor playing with my grandson. I saw his blocks today. So I brought these out. I brought you some safety goggles.
Oh, okay.
Just in case there's an explosion.
Sure.
Here's the deal. The most important thing, most important thing, there you go, is that we've got good ice.
I can't see anything.
That's all right. So you got to have good ice.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you got to be able to take all this stuff out and have grass here for the athletes, whether it's here at Comerica. Right. So that's what the green is, the grass. What they do is they come in and they bring in these planks that we're standing on. They're sort of plastic, and they set those on top of the grass. Then they come in and they bring in styrofoam, and they put that on. This is way before the water, and they're putting another layer here. This is for insulation. All of this to protect the grass. Another layer of this plastic flooring that we're standing on, right? Then they lay down a sheet of plastic. This is way before the water. Now they start to pour the water on top of here. And what's keeping this all warm? There's a 50-foot truck, something bigger than a Greyhound bus parked outside, that has an entire system. It looks like the water plant for Detroit, pumping an antifreeze, in essence, through multiple pipes that they've laid out under the water. And in essence, then they're able to take this thing and they're able to turn it into an ice rink by running the pipes from out there, from that Greyhound bus out here in the freezes. So when you get the ice, this is the first layer that they're building, something like this. Right. Now they've got a new problem. Ice doesn't form and look naturally white, so they get some special paint. This is just latex.
So where the glasses come in?
That's where the glasses come in case there's a chemical reaction.
I can see that.
But as you paint this on, it isn't drying. It's almost dry to the touch right now. It's freezing, and they spray this on back and forth, about 3 layers. Then some specialists come out. They put down the red and the blue lines, the goals, the whole thing, and then they put a little more ice on top of that. All of this is about 13,000 gallons of water, and when they're done, it can melt. It's non-toxic, biodegradable. It all goes away. So it's pretty cool, but they're protecting the grass the whole time.
Beautifully done.
Thank you very much.
Beautifully done. Bill Nye, warning.
We got players. Here, I brought the little players. Yeah, he's got those two. There they are.
There we go.
Right there. Right there in the circle.
Red Wings and Maple Leafs. There you go. Come on back. Happy New Year to you, Chuck. Jamie and I will try to skate. Come on back.
Yeah, and after that, I have a story of something like this in your backyard, but on a much smaller scale. I have the sweet setup of a former Red Wing coming up.
You're not going to have to worry about much road work on I-94 or M14, but once you get into the downtown Ann Arbor area, there will be street closures because of the Winter Classic. Taking a look at some of those problem spots, northbound Main Street from Stadium to Pauline will close at 10 a.m. and then come noon, the southbound stretch of Main Street from Pauline to Stadium will also close. Now, if you need to park, take a look at this. Pioneer High School, $60. Now, that lot opens at 7 a.m. However, you're not going to be able to park any closer because the golf course will be closed. Downtown garages will be $5. Those are the city-owned garages on Hill, Thompson, about a 15-minute walk. Briarwood Mall will offer park and ride where you can park for free. The shuttle costs $4, and that starts at 9:30 a.m. Back to you.
All right, Ashley, thanks much. And now for many, a swimming pool's an oasis, place to get away, to relax. Mickey Redmond can tell you about that in a moment. For others, well, we're going to let Jamie Edmonds tell you that story. Jamie?
Hey, Bernie, yeah, it's a dream of any kid to have a backyard rink, right? Well, what Chris Draper built is fancier than any backyard rink I've ever seen. It's Christmas Eve at the Draper house, and even if it weren't a holiday, everyone would be outside having some fun on the old backyard ice rink. Oh!
One thing that, you know, I always wanted to do, if I had a chance, I wanted to put a backyard rink in, and we got the land, and away we went.
8 months of construction later, and this is the result. A pretty darn cool setup. NHL caliber boards, a Red Wings logo center ice, and lights for all those late night games of pickup.
Ready, Nick?
Respecting the neighbors, of course.
I'm proud of this, we've had 0 complaints.
Ooh. Even the dressing room rivals any you'd find in the league. Professional stalls complete with the Draper nameplate.
Oh, you got my Winter Classic one from when we played at Wrigley. This one was from the Olympics. So that one up there was from Joe Louis Arena.
But Draper isn't the only Red Wing who laces them up here.
Johan Franzen came over last year with his son. He skated. Henrik Zetterberg has been over here. So yeah, so we have a lot of fun with it. Ozzy had the gear on last year, so it's I mean it's pretty special, you know, for these kids.
So wait, you're saying Draper's son Keenan gets to skate whenever he wants in his own backyard and play with some Red Wings from time to time? I'm jealous.
It's amazing.
It's awesome, right?
Yeah. During school, sometimes I always try to finish my homework fast, and then I'll try to get out here.
And apparently that's on a pretty regular basis, day or night. That's okay with Dad because he's usually out here with him.
It's awesome. We have a lot of fun with it. It's something that we enjoy doing a lot of. A lot of fun. Creating a lot of good memories for sure.
Oh my God!
Nice try.
Just don't think Drapes lets up on his 11-year-old opponents.
So you don't go easy easy on these kids.
No chance. Yeah. No. I got to win, too.
That was absolutely awesome. And now I know where he lives. I think I'm going to head there in a couple days. I think I'm invited. Right, Bernie?
Absolutely. You could be another Draper child.
That's where you learn how to play the game. No coaches, no structure. Drop the puck, play shinny. It's a skill game. Pretty good guy thing, though, to have Draper as your dad and a coach, too. So that's where it's all out.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, you bet.
All right, coming up, the moment where we may have...
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Whoa!
Well, you haven't skated in how long?
A lifetime. So this is the splitting of the atom today. Mommy! Mommy!
What about 57?
Red Alert Winter Classic Prime Time is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and Blue Care Network. Confidence comes with every card. And Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, the official coffee of the Detroit Red Wings.
All right, welcome back. Primetime special continues here at Michigan Stadium, the site of tomorrow's Winter Classic. And right off the bat, I want to admit to everyone that I never learned how to skate, and I never knew how to skate. But then again, of course, being a sportscaster was no breeze either.
You still don't.
Well, we could teach you, Bernie, if you want.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because, I've always had a dream to learn how to skate. And ironically, that dream came true, and there was a camera following me. Watch.
Bernie, it's time to skate.
I'm just going one skate today. I'm feeling confident. I'd like to say before I go in the arena, I want to see all insurance forms, and I'd like everything signed and notarized to have my attorney look at everything.
You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
All right. Bend your knees. Am I on the ice?
Yeah, you're on the ice.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Whoa!
See?
This is great.
Isn't skating fun?
Oh, my legs. Oh, my God. I'm going to do a split.
Pick one foot up and bring the other one closer. Okay.
Okay. That's far enough, isn't it?
Oh.
Who knows?
Oh, you don't want to go any farther?
Well, how much farther do you want me to go? I'm on the ice.
A little bit farther.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is everything all right? Let's just do this for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe even lift the skate up.
Oh, you're good.
We're going in a circle.
Are you in the Olympics?
Bend your knees.
My knees are bent. I'm going down. Man down.
Settle down. You're shaking. And I think you're a little nervous.
No, I'm not shaking and I'm not nervous.
Okay.
I'm scared to death.
Can we just go through what I would do with my...
Don't you want to try football or something? I know I could throw a pass.
Do you want to go closer to the boards then?
I want to go closer to my car.
March like a soldier to the end. Like a soldier. Here we go.
I was never in that. I served my country in other ways. Don't make them fall. Don't let them fall.
He's all right. Okay.
Whoa! My arms are like spaghetti.
You're like shaking. Bend your knees a little bit. Keep pushing. Like a walker. Like an old man walker.
Okay. That pretty much is like, that's a low blow. I'm getting the feel of it. Wow.
You didn't fall. Camera guy did. High five.
I'll give it to you later.
Okay.
I don't even think you're going to take this away. As a matter of fact, I think I'm behind.
Oh, look who's here.
I think I'm behind.
What's going on over here?
We are doing... We're teaching...
The guy with the double runner.
You won't believe how much this cost us to get him to come here. This has shot the budget for the year.
He crosses the blue line. He's having to center ice. And he lets a big shot go. He scores from center.
Let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You have made a dream come true.
Feeling better.
It's a dream come true.
Going faster. We're getting there. And it's a...
Don't let go.
Bingo.
Bingo. That's enough. Nightmare. I thought I was skating.
Seriously?
guys. Well, there you go. That was a first effort. I thought it was an excellent first effort. And
well, you've let go of the net.
Huh?
The net's gone.
When I was in my car, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You must have, you figure skated as a kid, I could tell.
Yes, I did figure skate growing up.
It was not the Three Stooges, it was the Two Stooges. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing, but God bless you for trying.
What do you mean trying?
All I know, if I don't have a stick in my hand, I can't stand up either. So.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, no. Hockey players got to have sticks.
You were the hero, though, because you got him to let go of the net, and then we took him to the board.
Did we get that look of fear on his face?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, that started when I pulled into the place.
Hey, it's a good start.
About?
Next year, another 1 year, you'll figure it out.
You guys are great. Yeah, that's right. That'll be lesson 2 next year.
You'll be my centerman.
So not Sergey wants you. Thanks so much. Great evening here. And tomorrow, another great day here on Local 4 at noon. We're going to begin our coverage here with the pregame show before the Winter Classic. They'll drop the puck right after 1 o'clock. And then after the game, we have a post-game show here. We'll have interviews from the players, and also they'll be announcing the U.S. Olympic hockey team. So stay with us here on Local 4. And don't forget, be safe tonight, be smart tonight. Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Bernie Smilovitz for Jamie Edmonds.
Happy New Year, gang.
I can't believe you did that for me on TV.
Good night.
Have a good one, gang.
Looking live at Michigan Stadium. You are looking live at Michigan Stadium, the site of today's Winter Classic between the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs. The perfect setting for the Classic. This has been in the works for several years, and today the puck will drop just after 1 o'clock in what is expected to be a record crowd of over 100,000 here at the Big House. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bernie Smilovitz along with Mickey Redmond, and needless to say, the conditions here are perfect. Perfect. This is exactly what every hockey fan wants, isn't it?
It'll take you back to your roots when you were growing up and you had to grab the shovel, clean the ice off yourself, and then drop the puck and just play shinny, and that's what it's all about. And I'm telling you right now, both those teams have no problems with these conditions.